Hello Hive inmates, just a quick video on the recent water change with the patch and the stable release of Alpha 21. Yes, it was a surprise, though I guess we should have actually seen this coming. The stable came a lot earlier than we expected. They did this in Alpha 20 as well, with the then December Steam sale. From the patch notes we see that the buckets have been messed with. Now, some players have asked me if their bucket exploit for water has been nerfed. Now, first, it's not actually an exploit. It is a feature in the game that can be used by you to get lots of water. And no, even though the buckets were mentioned in the changes, they are still good to be used for drinking water. So, they are not nerfed yet. The ability to obtain a water purifier and drink from your hand using any form of water source is still there. You can still dig a hole and dump your bucket of water into that as well. Check out my tips guide if you are unsure about that feature. Now, I honestly didn't see this coming. They nerfed the ability to make a farm of dew collectors. Yes, I realize this is the fun pimps. They can do strange things, but still, come on. Who could have expected that they would add screamer heat to the dew collectors? I mean, who guessed that? There's no reason to slap the dew collectors with heat. So it must be to make those creating dew collector farms to now think twice about it. It works like this. I'm on a 60-minute day, and when I put down a dew collector, it starts pumping out 2% of heat. Now I put down another one, and again another 2%. So when you place a dew collector, it starts producing 2% of heat every hour. With 5 dew collectors, that means it will be doing 10% heat every in-game hour. Once you have at least 2 forges, a chem station or 2 going, then you can understand how this is going to start adding up. Now, at the end of the day, the dew collector stops collecting water. The collector becomes full and it will stop producing water. At this point, it also stops producing heat. So if you are not producing water, it will not be producing screamy heat either. Of course, if you empty the collector or take a bottle of water out, then immediately it starts generating heat again. I know some players always take whatever they find out of the collector. In other words, you don't wait for it to fill up and complete. You do this as you often will be away from your base and the collector becomes full. So you want to be as efficient as possible with the dew collectors process. Of course, this means these babies will always be producing heat and will never be on cooldown. With 5 or 6 dew collectors, 2 forges, and say 2 chem stations, you will certainly get some aura popping around every few hours. Those of you with massive dew collector farms, which is really only because of your glue and duct tape fetish, I would suggest you relocate your farm to another place, like dump it in some other part of the town, then just go there once per day and collect your precious water. So, with Alpha 21 going stable, the Overhaul mod devs are now in overdrive. I get the impression many were taken by surprise, however, a number of them are still saying August or September for the release. Having said that, I think peer pressure can cause some devs to start releasing early, so maybe they will leave some of the new features and go for the experimental and at least getting their mod compatible as soon as possible, and then just introduce the new features while Alpha 21 chugs along. Do not be surprised if you start seeing experimentals for various Overhaul mods rocking up by mid-July. Anyway, thanks for watching and listening. I will see you in the next one.